No, Adeniran wasn't famous. He didn't have a blue check beside his name. He wasn't being hounded by brands. His Instagram followers barely scratched 10,000. But that didn't matter to him. What mattered was capturing life in its rawest, quietest form. The unnoticed pause before laughter, the stillness between city sounds, the subtle shift of light on stone streets. Paris was his studio. Not the sparkling, airbrushed Paris of postcards and influencers, but the textured one, the one that spoke in whispers. He lived in a small apartment in Montmartre, just above a florist shop that always smelled like crushed lavender. Each day, after brewing 2 shots of espresso, he'd sling his beat-up Fujifilm camera around his neck and walk out. No specific destination. Just instinct. His feet led, his lens followed. One morning, the city had just dried from an overnight rain. The sky was soft, not quite blue, not quite gray. As he turned onto Rue de Bretagne, he paused. Someone caught his eye. There, on the 4th-floor balcony of a weathered limestone building, stood a woman. No makeup. Hair bundled loosely atop her head. Swaddled in a cardigan too big for her shoulders. She cradled a mug, steam curling upward into the morning air. Her lips moved, humming something ancient and soulful. Billie Holiday, perhaps. The moment was so real, so unguarded. It felt like it didn't belong to the modern world at all. Without thinking, Ao raised his camera. Click. And then she looked down. Their eyes met. Just briefly. And she smiled. He froze. Then slowly lowered his camera, his pulse quickening. He gave a soft nod and moved on. That smile stayed with him for hours. Later that evening, he uploaded the photo. Not of her face, never that. Just the balcony. The curling steam. The soft blur of morning melancholy. He titled it simply, Balcony Soul. The post spread like ivy. Hundreds of comments flooded in. Who is she? This feels like a scene from a French indie film. It's giving Dua Lipa. He blinked. Then blinked again. No, surely not. Curious, he Googled. Rumors had circulated. Dua Lipa had taken a break, vanishing from the public eye after her tour wrapped. Some whispers said she was in Paris. He stared at the blurry silhouette in the frame. It was her. He didn't expect to see her again. Why would he? That balcony was a portal, a brief collision of worlds that weren't supposed to touch. But Paris plays favorites with fate. 3 days later, while crouched on cobblestones photographing graffiti art near Place de Vosges, a voice cut through the air behind him. Are you the guy who took this? He turned. She was holding up her phone, displaying the photo, his photo. It was her.
Dua.
In jeans and a trench coat, no entourage, no sunglasses. Just her. I didn't mean to intrude, he stammered. I never thought. You didn't, she interrupted. That photo felt like the first breath I've taken in months. He nodded, unsure what to say. I've been hiding, she continued, her voice softer now. Not from the world exactly, but from myself. They stood in silence for a beat. Then, with a kind of courage only people exhausted by loneliness possess, she asked, Would you like to take a walk? He nodded again, this time smiling. So they walked. No cameras. No filters. Just 2 people gliding through the alleys of a city that had seen centuries of love stories, some grand, some quiet, all true. They walked for hours. They talked about everything, music and migration, Lagos summers and London winters, the pressure of fame, the cost of being known. He told her how he once photographed a Syrian mother reuniting with her child at Gare du Nord and how the moment had changed him. She told him how she'd lost her own voice in the noise of charts and red carpets. They didn't speak in cliches. There were no promises, no flirty giggles. Just truth. Simple and messy. In the days that followed, they became a pattern. They met at odd times, early mornings, slow afternoons, moonlit hours. He showed her how to develop film in his bathtub. She shared melodies that hadn't yet found lyrics. He called one of them Balcony Soul. She smiled and didn't deny the name. They never kissed.
Not yet.
But the air between them pulsed with anticipation. And then the leak. It was a blurry shot. Them at the Seine, laughing. The photo appeared on a gossip blog known for ambush stories. Within hours, it spread across fan accounts and Twitter timelines. Hashtags. Reactions. The whole circus. His phone didn't stop buzzing. Calls from journalists. Requests for interviews. Curious strangers. His little quiet world cracked open. And just like that, she was gone. No message. No post.
No goodbye.
Paris, again, fell silent. AO didn't chase her. He didn't post cryptic captions or try to explain. He did what he always did. Walked. Photographed. Waited. On the 8th day, she returned. She appeared on his doorstep at dusk, hair damp from rain, eyes darker than he remembered. "I freaked out," she said. "It's not you. It's this world I come from. I'm tired of always choosing between love and freedom." He looked at her, really looked, and said something that would be quoted on social media for weeks afterward. "You don't have to choose. Real love makes you more free, not less." She stepped forward. This time, he didn't lower the camera. This time, she didn't hide behind her smile. They kissed. Not in a dramatic, sweeping movie kind of way. It was gentle, honest, like two people giving each other permission to be. And Paris? Paris exhaled. They didn't try to hide anymore. They didn't flaunt it, either. They just were. She would hum melodies on quiet metro rides. He'd photograph her hands as she laced up old sneakers. They went to local jazz bars where no one asked for selfies. They shared silence like others share secrets. A tourist accidentally captured the moment that sealed their story forever, a kiss on the same balcony where it all began. It was sunrise. The city was still asleep. And there they stood, wrapped in wool blankets, tea mugs in hand, lips brushing softly. The video made its way online. The caption read, "The world paused again. Paris waited and love answered." People fell in love with their love. Not because it was perfect, but because it was possible. Dua didn't do a press tour. She didn't release a breakup anthem or a romantic ballad. Instead, she released a simple acoustic EP titled Moments Between Songs. It was soft, soulful, unprocessed. Track 3 was named Rue de Bretagne. As for AO, he got his first gallery showing. The theme? When Paris Waited. The final piece in the exhibition was a print of the original photo, the balcony, the steam, the silence. Below it, in handwritten ink, was a quote. "We met between silence and light. And in that space, we learned to stay." They never confirmed their relationship publicly, but neither denied it. And sometimes, when Paris turns pink at sunset, you can still catch them walking along the Seine, her in a hoodie, him with a camera, both looking up at the sky like it's still promising something. Because love, the kind that changes you, doesn't need an audience. It just needs a moment. And sometimes, all it takes is one balcony, one photo, and the courage to wait.